I remember I woke up one morning, and it was so weird, I just had to call him. Tamika Drake said in a phone interview Monday night. My son is with the Colts at the time, but I told him I dreamed he was playing for the Panthers, and he thought that was weird too. We agreed it was kind of crazy, but he did it. It came true. Tamika Drake's son is Philip Walker Jr., or PJ for short. PJ recently made his first NFL start this past Sunday against the Detroit Lions, where he ended up leading the team to a 20-0 victory in Teddy Bridgewater's absence. But before we dive in and look at the game film from PJ Walker's first NFL start, let's look at the road he took to get here. Walker was a 2 to 3 star recruit coming out of Elizabeth High School in his hometown of Elizabeth, New Jersey. Having drawn interest from colleges such as UMass, James Madison, Connecticut, and Temple, the quarterback ended up staying close to home and committing to Temple in 2013. Walker began as the backup to Connor Riley, but PJ would end up having the starting role in Week 6 against Cincinnati, where he would lose that game. Walker, however, would receive his first win the following game against Army, where Temple would outscore Army 33 to 14. Walker in his freshman year started 7 out of 12 games and was a finalist for the Manning Award. From his sophomore to his senior year of college, Walker would continue to be Temple's starting quarterback, where he would collect a number of school records, and this time including all-time leader in wins, passing yards, passing touchdowns, completions, total yards, and total touchdowns. Walker would also lead the team to its first bowl appearance in 49 years, and the school's first ever back-to-back bowl appearances. He then entered the 2017 NFL Draft following his senior year, ranked as the 32nd ranked quarterback in the entire draft. He then ended up going undrafted, but on May 3rd, 2017, he was signed to the Indianapolis Colts as an undrafted free agent. Walker would end up being on and off with the Colts, including the practice squad and the active roster, for 2 years, being released and re-signed up until September 2nd of 2019, where he was released for the last time from the Colts practice squad. However, just 1 year later, Walker would end up being drafted by the newly formed football league, the XFL. He would then be allocated to the Houston Roughnecks prior to the 2020 XFL draft. Walker was the starting quarterback for all 5 games for the Roughnecks, going 5-0, passing for 1,338 yards, 15 touchdowns to 4 interceptions, and a passer rating of 104.4, and well on his way to winning MVP in the XFL before the season was canceled. March 25th, 2020, following the closure of the XFL, the Carolina Panthers signed Walker to a 2-year contract. PJ was one of 17 XFL players to be signed to the NFL, and one of only 4 to be on an active roster. The other 13 were signed to practice squads. Serving mainly as the backup quarterback to newly signed Teddy Bridgewater, PJ finally got his opportunity to start in Week 11 against the Detroit Lions. Walker would end up throwing for 258 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions, a respectable stat line in his first start, but stats never tell the full story. So how did he look on film? Let's take a look. Disclaimer before we break down Walker's film, I am not taking away from his journey to the NFL. I am not here to determine if he is a starter quality quarterback. I am primarily here just to give you an in-depth look at a couple of throws that I thought were impressive or he need to work on against the Lions. Okay, as you see here, we're in the coach's film on the Game Pass of NFL. I got my handy dandy drawer up here so I can draw for you guys. We're going to go ahead and play this. So PJ comes out in shotgun. This is his second throw of the game. First throw was just a little screen pass to Robbie Anderson. And so he drops back, and what he's looking at right here is what he could see is we're in man-to-man. Okay. Straight up, this guy will come over here. Okay. He will have another guy over here to line up man-to-man with him. And we're going to take this all off. That's what he's going to see here in a second, as soon as he snaps the ball. And what this is just really good play design. You have a 3 wide receiver set over here. And what's going to happen is we let it play for a little bit. Pause it. Okay. What's going to happen here is this guy's going to run up and this way. Curtis Samuel's going to run out this way. It's almost like a little fade route to the sideline. Great play design. It just picks off these 2 defenders. So he's going to pick him here without obviously getting in his way too much, where he's going to actually draw a a holding or an offensive pass interference or anything like that. So great job there. And we're going to go ahead and let this play again. And we're going to pause it here. I'm going to back it up just a little bit. He lets the ball go. And what I want to point out is Curtis Samuel here has to stop and turn around for the ball. And what I would really like to see from PJ is I would like to see that ball out here a little bit. They're man-to-man. He's already got him beat. He can pass it here for a little bit extra here. It is the beginning of the game, and it is his first NFL start. I won't give him too much. Oh my gosh, you should have made that type of throw type of thing. It was just something I'd like to see. I'd like to see him improve on as a backup. You know, it's a type of throw you make in practice 100 times, and you'd like to see it performed on a little bit better. Now, if we take this away and go back to my clicker, let it play. So he gets a nice little completion. I believe it was about 12 yards, and you're going to see it from his perspective now here. See what he sees. He sees their man-to-man, looking around, dissecting the defense. Great job by Curtis over here on this side. I would just like to see that ball out here a little bit further. Okay, so this is actually on the very next play. One of a couple things that happen here. So PJ's obviously, he's in a shotgun formation with his running back to the left. One of two things are happening. These guys here, okay, the defensive backs are in man-to-man coverage, while this man out here is playing the center field safety role, while the two linebackers are playing zone coverages here, or this is cover 3, and they're supposed to be covering these deep zones back here. Okay, here, but I have a feeling it's definitely man-to-man with zone here. Okay, in these zones on these guys, the linebacker and the safety, because here you have the defensive back following the wide receiver out and out route this way. If you can see my controls here. Let's go ahead and clear this. And what I find impressive about this is not dissecting the defense, not anything like that. It's just a really good throw. DJ Moore just straight up just beats Jeff Okudah, the first round talent. Just go ahead and just beats him right off the bat, and PJ just puts it in the exact place that he's supposed to put it, right on the sideline. That's an NFL caliber throw right there. You put it there on the sideline where only your wide receiver can get it. I mean, if he's half a second late throwing this ball, the safety's getting there. If he underthrows him, the corner's there. Throws him out to the right a little bit. Again, the safety's there. He's just right there. There's nothing more that he could have done. DJ Moore's frustrated that he couldn't get the touchdown there. Of course, everybody wants the touchdown, but the safety just did a very good job, just barely getting to the wide receiver. And honestly, there was nothing more PJ could have done to get it more out in front of him, to get it more in his breadbasket so he can make a move. He put it exactly where he needed to get it to be able to get the yards down the field. And that's what I find impressive about that throw. Okay, so we're mid-play right here on this next one. This is the interception that PJ Walker threw in the corner of the end zone. As you see, we have this guy out here doing a little flat route. You have Curtis going over here. You'll see crossing over here. This guy gets picked immediately by these two guys. And DJ Moore is supposed to be coming up and over into this corner over here. And we're going to go ahead and clear that out. Initially, this defensive back is covering the flat, and it looks like he does too at the same time. This other defensive back is doing the same thing. So I'm not sure, number one, if he thought he was playing zone and they were going to together be covering this wide receiver out here, or number two, he didn't think that this defensive back was going to be able to get up here and in this corner fast enough to cover DJ Moore. So here's what happens. Here's what transpires. He just gets tunnel vision right on DJ Moore here, and this defensive back is able to, from here, take a couple steps back, and pick off PJ Walker. Okay, and if you see, let's go back a couple seconds. Okay, I don't know if you can see it. Let's go ahead and watch him. Okay, perfect. Not a perfect circle, but go ahead and watch Curtis Samuel here. Okay, see what he does. Right when it releases, if he waits a split second, Curtis Samuel's open right here. Let's go ahead and take it from, let's take the cam from the back of the end zone and see what our guys are seeing here. Okay. Pause. He's about to throw it. We have everybody's momentum. He gets tunnel vision here. Right here. That's exactly where his eyes are going. And this guy here, this defensive back we talked about, is watching his eyes. Everybody are watching his eyes. He's watching. He's watching. He's watching. He's watching. All these guys are watching his eyes. Okay? Everybody. Okay? Outside of this guy here, I'm not sure where he's watching. Okay, so let's go ahead and clear that off the screen. If you just wait a split second later, DJ Moore is coming across. Okay, if he's not so tunnel vision here and has his line of sight only set here, right on DJ Moore, he can see that Curtis Samuel is able to run across the field with almost nobody covering him. Okay, clear that off the screen. Let's go ahead and get back to the clicker. Boom, open. Okay. So, big mistake for your first start. Obviously, not everybody's going to be perfect on their first start. You're probably expected to throw a pick or two, but to get so tunnel vision is something that you definitely need to work on, and you're not expected to throw a pick in such a crucial area like that. Obviously, you're lucky that it's the Detroit Lions, and throwing a pick like that isn't that big of a deal compared to other teams, but if it was a lot closer, that interception would mean a lot more. Okay, so this is the, not the next drive, but the drive after that. This is the corner pass to the end zone. Corner of the end zone touchdown pass is what I should say. Sorry about that. So here you're going to see is he's going to send Curtis Samuel out here, okay, in this three little wide receiver set, this little triangle thing that they're going to be going on to. And you're going to see this. So let's actually go ahead and let's let this play out a little bit so they can line up together. He's going to send them out. Going to stop it right there. Okay, and what you're going to see is they're going to all be playing man to man. They're all going to be playing man to man. Okay, let's go ahead and get that off the screen. Man to man, and nothing spectacular here when it comes to reads. He immediately knows where he's going to be going. Corner of the end zone while getting hit. Touchdown. Just Curtis Samuel does a great job here just beating the safety. So he's going to go out here. DJ Moore, not Curtis Samuel. He's going to make a little move while getting hit. Corner of the end zone. Perfect. So nothing spectacular. He doesn't read the defense, change the play, do anything crazy. He just makes a good throw, knows exactly where it's going to go, recognizes that the safety was beat right off the jump. Okay, we're going to go ahead and speed it up just a little bit. And what I really like is knowing when to throw. It's not always how you throw, it's when you throw. So you see here that PJ Walker is about to release the ball. He's looking Curtis Samuel down right now. Curtis Samuel is right now coming out of his break. This is when he needs to throw the ball. Okay. I'm going to play it, and that's exactly what happens. It's when you throw the ball. It's placement, obviously. You need to place it in his hand so he can catch it. Yes, that's very obvious. Okay. But it's when you throw the ball. Because if you could place it right there in the corner of the end zone. But if he throws it a second later, the safety could be right on top of him, and Curtis now has to wait for the ball to get in his hands instead of being in stride and make the toe tap to get in. It's when you throw that ball is what's important. And PJ does a great job on releasing it right outside of his release, right outside of his break. Okay, great job. Okay, and this is going to be the last thing that we're going to be going over today. You know, we haven't gone over too much, just a couple of throws here, and I think about 7-8 throws is what we've gone over today, just real short. But here's what I want to point out. So the last thing is the interception in the end zone once again. We're going to go ahead and let this play out a little bit. He's sending Curtis Samuel in motion out to the right now. He's going to go and snap the ball. Okay, so here's what's going to happen. He doesn't, in my opinion, this one's worse than the looking down DJ Moore pick. Okay, what he's doing right now is he has his eyes just down the middle of the field. He's trying to read the defense right here, right now. He's seeing him and him in his field division right here. So what I want you to pay attention to is, let's get back to my clicker, these two up here and what happens. Okay, see that right there? Curtis Samuel and DJ Moore almost run into each other immediately while they're in the end zone. Big no-no, okay? Poor route running caused this pick, okay? He's about to throw it right here, right now, okay? He's expecting DJ Moore to be coming over here, not over here. So he's going to release the ball all the way over here and this corner over there. Not here, okay? You follow me? You see what I'm saying? He's not throwing it here. He's throwing it here. That's where he's expecting him. Okay, so I could, if I wanted to, put the blame on DJ Moore and Curtis Samuel and say, hey, look, you guys ran poor routes, and that's the cause of this pick right here. But even when you see, let's get back to the clicker, okay, where the ball ends up. Okay, where the ball's here, you got one guy here, two guys here, three guys here, okay. All three guys right here. This was his zone here. This is his zone over here, okay, the safety. His zone was in the flat. This guy here, okay. He's been tracking him the entire time, if you watch the play. I'll show it once we get to the end zone cam. Okay, so he's tracking him the entire time. This is his zone. This is his zone. So he easily, once again, just like the last one, is able to go from here and back up here. But he doesn't need to when the safety's already covering this entire zone. So PJ essentially, even if DJ Moore is able to get into this area, if he wasn't stopped by Curtis Samuel, if they didn't run poor routes, he was still throwing into possibly triple coverage, at least double coverage, possibly even triple coverage. Remember what I said earlier. You take what the defense gives to you. You don't force the ball in. You take the points. Again, if this was a closer game, this could have been the game-sealing interception. Detroit wins, or Detroit takes the ball, and now Matthew Stafford has the opportunity to drive down the field and win the game. And you don't want to give the other team that opportunity. So why wouldn't you just throw it away, throw it easily in the back of the end zone? That's it. Just throw it right out of that back of the end zone. Stops the clock. You're on 4th down, 3rd down, whatever. Okay. Give yourself another shot if you're on first, second goal. If you're on first or second goal, I'm sorry. If you're on 3rd goal, throw it out of the back of the end zone. It's perfectly fine. It's not going to hurt anything. Yes, you're not going to get any points, but you're not getting any points throwing it over here either. Okay? You just need to let your field goal unit come out, set up shop, kick the field goal, take away those 3 points. That's all you need to do. Okay? He kicks those 2 field goals from the picks when he threw one over here, and then obviously over here now too. That's another 6 points on the board. And once again, you're lucky it's the Lions and it's not a close game, because if it was, you'd be in trouble. And now we wouldn't be talking about PJ Walker did extremely well in his NFL debut. He threw good balls. He didn't make a lot of mistakes. He was very efficient. We'd be talking about PJ Walker cost the Panthers the game. Now, once again, I want to end it right here by saying, once again, I am not taking away from PJ Walker's performance. I don't want to end on a bad note. I think PJ Walker was extremely efficient in this game. I think he did well filling in for Teddy Bridgewater. Anytime your backup quarterback can come in and just win the game, no matter who you're playing against, it doesn't matter if it's the Lions. You don't take it lightly. It doesn't matter if it's the Jets. You don't take it lightly. Because you take it lightly and go and be like, oh, this is going to be a piece of cake. It's like playing a high school team. that's when you lose. And you don't want to do that and be embarrassed. Anytime a quarterback can come in as a backup and win the game, it's impressive. And he was extremely efficient, and I think he's a great backup. And I want to applaud PJ Walker for his journey to the NFL. Now, if you made it to the end of this video, I want to congratulate you, and I want to say thank you for being some of my first viewers on this YouTube channel. If you have any suggestions below for videos that you would like to see, whether it's breakdowns or top 10 videos or my opinions on anything, I will go ahead and be responding to all the comments down below. And if you want to see future content, go ahead and press subscribe. I am NFL Empire. Peace.